Bus here, back with another banger. And today I'm completely stunned, almost as if I ran into one of the Candle King's candles myself. Fellas, we're going to be figuring out exactly how these clinically insane players healed the Candle King on a 22. First up is Ayije, and taking a look at talents, this is the only key that a good amount of top priests are playing Abyssal Reverie in, which is just going to provide a nice little healing boost throughout the fight. Also playing 2 out of 2 Light's Inspiration over Crystalline Reflection to ensure that he has max survivability. So going into the fight, I see he has Clairvoyance loaded, but he doesn't have 20 stacks of Kazan. One trick you can do to keep stacks is mind control one of the kobolds in the pack after second boss right before this and kill it just before going up the stairs to the Candle King. Getting stunned here is hilarious and they all share a laugh. But if this was any later in the fight, it would likely have been unrecoverable. And using Shadow Fiend with Lust and PI while holding Clairvoyance is a smart play. On a fight like this, you want to generally plan both yours and your teammates' CDs, and spacing them out appropriately is the only way you'll win on these high keys. Now with Clairvoyance active, he says my healing, and is able to carry, but you see throughout this fight that smite spam does very little to bring HP bars back to full. Instead, a good few flash heals and radiance casts are woven in between penance and shields. I'm not gonna lie though, the incoming damage on this fight still needs to be nerfed. Like, look how hard my boy is going just to feel behind after every use global. That is ridiculous. Whenever it lines up, like it does here, Insight with Shadow Fiend is stupid strong, and he goes Penance Shield, Penance Shield. And every time on this fight when I get Piety, I thank the healing gods because it finally feels like I can catch up. But here, on a 22, dude, this is ungodly levels of constant rot. Like, how are you supposed to deal with that? AMZ for the first time in the fight at 65% is kind of wild, but no worries. With a 1.5 minute cooldown, you're guaranteed at least 2 on the fight. And most priests call for it during the rot phase as opposed to when the heal absorb goes out. I've personally experimented with both and I'm sticking with the pros on this one, but fellow healers, let me know in the comments what you're rocking with. He does the same thing with priest barrier here, and things start to get a little spicy. It's important to note, even if you have a circle, you don't need to clear, provided the other 2 players can cover them. I see a lot of people overlapping, and that's just not necessary. So he tells the team to clear, and he goes major uppies on them. It would have been much better paired with Piety, but it's so difficult to get everything lining up perfectly on this fight. Here Ayije says, very low healing, pop everything here. So we use Darkness, Mass Barrier, and just moments later, he's forced to send PI just so he can keep the team alive. One thing to note is how good of a job Kira does moving the boss so that the person with the arrow doesn't have to move much. Because we all know moving too much on this fight as Oracle will definitely put you behind. It could even cost the fight. So intentional planned movements as a group is crucial. Here comes the PI with Shadow Fiend, and he's doing his best to keep the team alive as the #1 shield bot in the world, but it's definitely scary. Health bars are bouncing up and down, back and forth, and he's doing his best. Somehow everyone still has health pots available, but I have a feeling they're going to get used soon. And I don't know how they haven't been used yet. Everyone is keeping their composure despite falling like sub 10% HP multiple times. AMZ comes off cooldown at 30% and it gets insta-sent. Here AJ is chilling at 2 charges of pain sup, so he sends 1, calls for Nature's Vigil from the Boomy and says he's weak here, so everyone's on full alert and trying to do their best to stay alive here. Something I'm going to start doing more is calling for Lichborn from the DK, like AJ does here, to provide a nice little healing boost for the team. Mana's getting dangerously low from all the flash heal spams, but Innervate's used, and that should help him finish off the fight. It doesn't look like it. I'm not too sure if he's using the Cave Dweller's Delight Potions, but I went over them in episode 3 of how top priests heal. Quick rundown. It doesn't share a CD with your health pot. It gives you almost 3 mil HP and 200k mana back. Absolutely crucial in today's M+ environment, especially as a mana intensive Oracle Disc Priest. So go ahead and pick up a bundle of those. I did want to say it uses your combat potion, so keep that in mind. Piety's about to come back. I'm starting to get nightmares of wiping to the 3rd boss in Court of Stars years ago and hoping my dog can pull through right now. It's looking super spooky. He says, I got it. Stay alive. We're up. We out of here. We gone. Zoom. Okay, let's get to Roiben. Talents are a bit different. Not sure why she chose solo purge, but everything else is standard. Team composition is the same. Gear is roughly the same. It should be a good fight. She is starting out with Solace, which I sometimes do as well. Either that or Clairvoyance are mandatory. I do want to point out that Dr. J, the mage, makes it a point to use the tech that Yoda talked about in his recent video, where the heal absorb is actually dodgeable with the right movements, one of those being Mage Blink. So here, with the DK able to frequently AMS the absorb and Mage able to blink dodge it, while the fight is still difficult, this makes it a good bit easier. And I wouldn't necessarily expect you to walk into a 19 DFC pug straight out of LFG doing it, but I also wouldn't be surprised if a lot more players pick this strategy up. So I just yapped for the first 25% of the fight, and Roiben still has Clairvoyance at the ready, along with 2 pain subs and all raid defensives. She's making this look like child's play, honestly, like good golly. All right, here we go. Solace from Clairvoyance goes on the Boomy, and she's able to carry until the heal absorbs go out. So far, she's been doing the keep it real rotation, which is penance, shield, flash, heal. Easy. Dr. J blinked, so it's a chill little pick me up type beat. Okay, AMZ again around the 60% mark, which is interesting, but I didn't see any real warning signs indicating that she needed it any time before. It almost looks like she wrote this all out in MRT of like what cooldown to use and when. If you rewind, you'll notice that AMZ had a countdown and was pressed right when it ended. If that's true, that's some high level preparation. Whoa! If she didn't paint up here, she was turbo dead. That was really good awareness. Alright, Priestberry goes down and Piety's activated. It's time to pray, baby. But honestly, she really is healing her ass off, like extremely well prepared. If the MRT node timing is a real thing, I'm thinking her teammates also have it and are knowing what's up, because during comms, no one's really asking or being told to pop defensives, yet they're all doing it at appropriate times and staying alive seemingly easy. Dude, getting the arrow here is not cool, man. That much movement could have easily killed the team, but they somehow stayed alive long enough to get brought back to reasonable HP. I'm not sure why the DK didn't AMS this absorb, especially with PI on him, and losing that damage would have probably been unrecoverable, but he greeted it and it worked out. Oh shit, okay. Dr. J just says we have mage barrier if you need, and Roiben quickly says we do have it assigned, don't we? And Jay says, yeah, just saying. So yeah, the Glug knew what was good, and whoa, dude, that is a banger. Earlier I said I would probably like get into that. I don't know if I have like the mental capacity to do that, but that is really sick. AMZ apparently has planned right at 30%, and it seems like a combination of being extremely well prepared on top of mage blinking absorbs, making this look like a 19. Like, let me know in the comments, but both of these VODs are from the same day, and I low-key feel like Roiben's team felt more cozy and more composed during it. AJ definitely did his thing, and both of them healed their hearts out, but Roiben absolutely ascended here. Okay, so she says that she's pre-positioned here, and the tank did a great job of dragging the boss so that they'd only have 2 clears. I'm also hearing her call for Death Strike from the DK after absorbs. I'm not calling for that, but hey, attention to all DKs that I play with. Please Death Strike on hard healing fights, man. It helps me out a lot. Even the top dogs are doing it. Come on. She finishes the fight with 1 pain sub charge, and half the team still has their health pots. Clinically insane. Anyways, yeah, I know I've been gone for a bit. My team broke up and some real life stuff happened. I'm trying to get back in it, maintain some consistency, and finish off the season strong with the fellas. Anytime I'm on Twitch, come say hey. It most definitely brightens my day. Like the video if you like the video, and yeah, I'll catch you next time. Peace.